Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We are getting our stream started here. Just going to start off playing around with a little music, I think, first. That's enough of that for now. Anyways, let's get back to the game here. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're happy to have you here. We'll be getting started back here in Kholusia with our Final Fantasy XIV. Let's see, let's get things switched over here. Here we go. All right, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We're happy to have you here on our Final Fantasy stream. Let's see, there we go. So how you been doing today? I hope everything's going okay for you. Let us know down in the comments. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the environment, or lurk and enjoy the atmosphere and the game with us, by all means do that too. We're just going to be progressing with our Shadowbringers playthrough here. We're getting pretty well through it at this point. We're in Kholusia. We're going to try to bring nighttime back to the Kholusia zone at this point. Let's see, where were we last? We have to speak with Alphino and Wright here. There you are, Anne. The others have gone ahead to reconnoiter Gate Town. We are to follow shortly. It has been a while, has it not, since the two of us infiltrated Umlar? Since we faced Lord Vauthry, and I felt such fury as I have never felt before. His actions are unconscionable, of course, and any abhorrence I felt for him entirely justified. Yet, mingled with my rage, there was something else. At first, I was unsure what it was, but in the course of our struggles, I found the answer. That's right, attack chicken. Soylent Green is people. Yeah, we know what's coming, don't we? The revelation. In Vauthry's self-righteousness, in his absolute belief that he and he alone is the cure to the world's ills, I saw a reflection of myself, and it brought the memories of all my past follies flooding back. And welcome, Attack Chicken. Thank you for joining us this morning. I appreciate that. And certainly appreciate your help the other day, too, when we went through the dungeon together. That was cool. He is the vainglorious, ignorant fool I once was, and having shared in his affliction, I feel duty-bound to open his eyes to the truth. Whether he will accept it with the good grace I did is another question. What is it, Reen? Do you sense the Light Warden? I'm not sure. The aura is different. Perhaps if we were a little closer. 'Tis time we were on our way in any case. Let us join our comrades in Gate Town. And as a precaution, may I ask that you go first to ensure that the path is clear? The closer we are to Yulmore, the more I worry that Reen may be recognized. If you see any prying eyes along the way, pray, encourage their owners to look elsewhere. All right. Good morning, Lily. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I gotta get more tea into myself here, as is evidenced from my poor attempts at playing music a little bit earlier here. Gots to wake up. Oh, yeah, thanks for asking, Lily. What happened yesterday on Infinite Undiscovery is we got through, we finished the dungeon. We beat the Seraphic Queen on hard mode, but we did not pop the compulsive achievement, so that was kind of sad. I went through and looked for some reasons or things I possibly could have missed and couldn't find anything. So we failed there, didn't get the achievement, but my plan is to, on the next stream on Wednesday of that, go through and pop maybe another achievement or two off of save files that I've got on normal mode or hard mode, and then start a game on, oops, I gotta go back here, I guess. I'm running in the wrong direction. Then start another game on infinity mode, and we'll pursue the compulsive achievement throughout our infinity mode playthrough. So that stream's going to be good for another couple of months, I guess, since I'm only doing it 2 days a week. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd pop the compulsive on hard mode, because now I've got to go back through and do everything over again as far as farming stuff for crafting and all that. So that is going to take some time, and it's going to be another long, drawn-out process probably. But, you know, I've got folks to chat with. I've had some fun raids from Ali the Ninja this week, and been able to talk to folks while we work on that, so it's been kind of cool. Alright, agitated man. Lord Vauthry, we hear, we obey. Ah! Well, I did. I had a checklist. The only thing is, I started the checklist after I had already gotten a little bit into the game, so I'm not sure if I got everything or not. There's a number of things I didn't check off, which are tied to quests, which I had to have done, I feel like, anyways. But, you know, there could be that. There could be something there. Maybe the quest was no longer available that later on in the game, and I just forgot to do it earlier on or something like that. But yeah, in the next playthrough, I'm going to, I've got a checklist already made. I've used it before. That's what I used for this game, but just started a little late. And mark everything off as I get it. And then also I'm going to do every single quest that can possibly be done in the game, just to make sure. And I'll check those off too. Make sure I go through everything, so that hopefully by the end we get that last item, or craft that last item, whichever ones are remaining to be done. We'll pop the achievement then. It's a lot of bookkeeping, for sure. Oh, a hostile approach. Well, how about you guys eat it? There we go. I mean, these guys on the screen, the game guys, eat it, not you guys. That's what happens when you follow Lord Vauthry. I think the other one's down here, wasn't it? I can't remember. I'm just totally turned around here. Yeah, I should have hit this guy first. That's right. Boss. You hail the civilian, but he does not respond and continues his incoherent rambling. But to comment a little bit more on the Infinite Undiscovery, I think that's kind of how I'm positioning myself here, is going for trophies and achievements. It's what I enjoy doing anyways. I've really gotten a big kick out of seeing if I can 100% some of the games that I like, and doing that sort of thing. Yesterday you were really busy, worked till noon. Wow, yeah, and spent the rest of the day doing yard work. Oh my gosh, yeah, until the sun went down. Oh my goodness, yeah. And it got too dark. You helped your neighbors figure out what's wrong with their dishwasher. Oh no, and lost the dog for a bit. So you got him back then. I'm sure that scared you a lot. I remember when I had pets before. One of them gets out. I've had dogs and cats both, and if any of them get out and are gone for more than a day or overnight anyways, man, truly worrisome. Well, I hope everything's okay for you, Lily. Long live Lord Vauthry. Long live Lord Vauthry. Hey, there's Indomitable. He's not marked as my elite, is he? No. Oh, what's that? He scampered off to a neighbor's yard and took a while to get back when you called him. Oh. He's trained. Oh, okay, trained to walk off leash and has great recall, but he just didn't come back for about 5 minutes or so. Oh, okay. I can understand how scary that is when they don't behave like they should be. Well, I'm glad you got them back okay. And yeah, I hope you can rest a little bit today after your busy day yesterday. Yummy tea. Ah, good of you to join us. I was debating whether to warn you, but it's too late now. I take it you noticed the people behaving strangely along the path? It's more of the same here. Ishtola and Alice are investigating as we speak. Let's wait and see what they have to say. All right, let's wait, shall we? Yeah, the zombie squad is waiting.
Strange. Passing strange. By their behavior, we may safely assume that they are under Vauthry's mind control. Yet the extent of the effect seemeth to vary dramatically between subjects. It is far too pronounced to be attributed simply to the vagaries of innate magical resistance.
Curiouser and curiouser. We met with no trouble en route. My thanks for securing the way. But given the state of the townsfolk, I see we were never in any danger of being recognized.
What can you tell us from here?
I sense a powerful eater in the uppermost reaches of the city. But there's something different about it. Its light is impure. We need to get closer.
Oh, so that one's Alphino. Well, unless you're triplets.
Kholusia, what are you doing here?
While I was scouting the area, I noticed a suspicious figure skulking about, so I accosted him, only to have him call me Alphino. I thought it best to bring him along.
You see, that informant who's been feeding secrets to the Crystarium, it's me. See, after you saved my life in Yulmore, I thought about going somewhere far away, but I couldn't just leave, not without paying you back. So I decided to stay here, keep an eye on things, and whenever I spotted something strange, I shared it with your friends.
That took no small amount of courage. Well done.
Good job, Kholusia.
I assume you saw what happened here.
Right, so an airship flew in a bit ago, and not long after, Vauthry starts ranting and raving. You could hear him from all the way out here. Geezer was doing his nut, shouting and screaming like someone had nicked his pie.
'Tis like the airship bore the soldiers sent to thwart our efforts in Armorang.
So eventually the yelling dies down, and then this hot, sticky wind comes blowing through. Now that's when everyone went funny. No, everyone but me. Well, me and a couple of newcomers, though even they started mumbling about Vauthry after a while. Not as bad as the rest, mind you.
Newcomers.
There's something I need Reen to see. This was among the townfolk's food stores.
Oh, that's just meal. Yulmore doles his stuff out.
No, it couldn't be. I know what it is. It's sin eater. Meal is made out of sin eater.
Ew.
So it is. In limited quantities, it may have little effect on an average individual. Yet if one were to consume it regularly, over a period of several years, I suspect it would do far, far more than merely nourish the body.
That Vauthry wieldeth power over sin-eaters is known. Could it be that those who partake of their flesh do thereby render themselves susceptible to his influence? It would serve to explain why the town's newer arrivals succumbed less quickly than those raised on a diet of meal.
He's been rounding up sin eaters and feeding them to people, altering them mouthful by mouthful, all to stop them answering back. There are desperate souls out there killing themselves to escape turning. This is unforgivable. An atrocity.
These sin eaters. What if they are not simply rounded up? Do you remember what we were told when first we came to the city? Many enter, but none leave. Let us put an end to it. To this paradise built upon the bones of the poor. Vauthry's deeds are beyond justification, beyond forgiveness. Evil.
It's highly probable that the Light Warden is waiting for us somewhere in there, and I'm all for going after it. But our enemies know our faces. They know that we are coming, and they will not let us through without a fight. Like it or not, the time for stealth is past. Now, my friend, if you would be so good as to lead the charge.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Another glowy event point here. When we step through the gates, we shall find not the palace of hedonistic pleasure we remember, but a battlefield. If you're prepared for this, then let us sally forth. Sure.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away!
Long live Lord Vauthry.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gatetown. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vauthry's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alphino. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
Okay. And you as well. Alright, you two.
Baby.
Can't stun that. All right. Let's go up and get to the real battle.
You will find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day. And you will not.
You're one of his puppets, too.
You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vauthry's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict.
Another diatribe.
Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience.
You and Gaia
But
should
enough
get together.
talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
Okay. Question is, can I do this? Next phase, maybe? Yep, looks like it. You wouldn't believe how many times I've done this battle and just forgotten to even start attacking those dragon heads, and I'll just stand there fighting him, hitting on him until I fail. It's like, finally remembered that I need to hit them. Are you all right, Anne? The citizens appear to have calmed down for the moment. I can only assume Vauthry is otherwise engaged. Let's get to the upper level while we can. And he's gorging himself.
Lord Vauthry! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused! And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance for the future of all in Norvrant.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high.
He is a legend in his own mind, it sounds like.
I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah! Oh, yes. Of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Yeah, someone change his diaper.
Oh God, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
He just ate the fork, too. Eeh.
Where did he go? What in the heavens?
Did Vauthry do that?
How will we get up there?
Wait! That is Mount Gulg, the highest peak in Kholusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds.
I'll help too.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vauthry's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy the next dungeon myself. Oh, I bet I can attune now. Let's go do that. Oh, shortly, soon. Okay, well, let's get to the next quest, maybe. Good news, Anne. It would seem that Reen is indeed able to reverse the effects of Vauthry's influence. Even as we speak, she tends to the afflicted in turn. The problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting, and would appreciate your help if you're willing. So now, yes, now I can attune. There we go. Good. I'll do that. Yay. Be over here a bit when we do our crafting and gathering side of things. Yeah, the way the music changes here. Yeah. So, here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they can receive proper attention. I would appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, those affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Reen know. Oh, Lord Vauthry, you are my daily meal. And he's asleep. Ah, it hurts. Please, Lord Vauthry, take away the pain. You're the kind soul who saved me from falling to my death. My mistress, she's been injured. Please help her, I beg you. What is this? She's sleeping. A medicine to help her rest while she awaits treatment, you say? Oh, thank you so much. When she began acting strangely, I didn't know what to do. Must stop trespassers sullying our paradise. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? Okay. Oh, there you are, Anne. I've just finished aiding this man. Now, for the next one. More out in the derelicts and below, you say? So many of them. But Minfilia entrusted this power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I can bring the enthralled to you. Oh, that would certainly make it easier for me to work. Thank you, Anne. I'll do my best to keep pace.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vauthry is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vauthry's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vauthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will.
This moment is amazing for one simple reason. So much character development in a single moment. Yeah, for sure. Man.
It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims. For history. For your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vauthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vauthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vauthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a Talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't?
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Right, let's see. Mr. Alpino. Ah, up to 78 now. The ladder is situated to the north and west of Right. Let us make our way there, Anne. Excuse me. Alright, so I think before I head over there, since we're on 78, I'll go ahead and knock out this level 78 class-related quest here. I need helm beetles too. That's right, I picked up another level 2 hunt marks. Or clan Nutsy. Need one more of those. All right, 4 more sacks of nuts. Found you. Anne, why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Yeah, don't tell me. I'll just look inside your mind here. Renderay, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. Yeah, cue well-timed echo. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone as you yourself faced Balam Quits a century ago on this very ground. Landbird? Oh gods, no. Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Aye, I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh. So it wasn't something you did deliberately. Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She's turned Landbird and those other hunters into sin-eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galgant swordsman, a dwarven healer, an elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Quits. But Renda Ray slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Anne. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it is all right if I call you that. Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere, still on the hunt for Balam Quits, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Landbeard and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Renda Ray most of all. She is my hero, and if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What do you say? Let's do it. Ha! I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Olvara know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. Alright, now I can just port back to Yulmore and pop outside for that. I love it when the game makes fun of the Warrior of Life being taciturn. Yeah, just a nod. No words. And what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of Little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes, and it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored her to give me another chance, I might well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Olvara is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Anne, as I can tell you're about to do, know that I've prepared a hearty meal just for her. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Reek and Anne are unstoppable, is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You too should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. We'll go ahead and pick this up. And my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready? Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Do tell. You must be terribly crestfallen, I am sure. It is my deepest regret that I allowed you to labor under the misapprehension that we were equals for so long. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I was struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, where before we might have only to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5, and for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvara while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Rendere's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing? We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. A thousand pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I am Lou Reek, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Olvara, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right. Now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Anne. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. All right, then back on over here to the right for now, I guess. Lazy, lazy. And dost thou see yonder pair of Talos? For a blessing they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai prepareth to activate them as we speak. With our arcane knowledge, Y'shtola and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour, we shall imbue the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which hath too long lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as myriad materials with which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. My thanks, Anne. Directly to the south thou wilt find a dry dock, Benmont Yards. Pray see if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. Oh there, sinner. Haven't seen you around before. New to Gate Town, I take it? If you need lumber for a shack, you've come to the right place. We can do the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have the coin, then the least you could do is come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you your lumber if you do me a favor in return. I just finished taking stock of our supply and was about to do another round for good measure. I want you to do the counting instead, and we'll see if your total matches mine. Now, some of the lumber's lying about the yard, but most of it is kept in the storehouse. For these, you can just ask Grithel for the number. Here, I'll lend you some writing material so you can take notes. Take stock of the supply. What you learn can be reviewed in your key items. All right. 11 planks in the shack, or in the stack. Taking stock for Irvith, are you? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse here. 9 of those were rotted through, though, so we tossed them out. Oi, Grithel, another load's just arrived. 13 planks all told, but one's damaged. It's only good for kindling now. Right then, bring the good ones here, and be sure to let Irvith know as well. So, how many planks does that make now? You're writing down those numbers anyway, right? I'm sure you can work it out. You jot down the details. Just curious, what does our key item say here? Oh, it just says 11 in stack near Irvith so far. Oh, there's another one. 68 in storehouse, 13 delivered. Okay, that's cool. And let's see, one more right there. You count 24 planks in the stack. All right. $11 plus 24 is 35. Plus 68 is 103, plus the 13 delivered is 116. There you go. You better have an answer of 116 there. Done, are you? So how many planks did you count? Or was it 106? Or 126? Yeah, that's not right. 106, was it? I miscounted. There we go. I can't do math this early. Aww. Taking stock fairly puts me to sleep, but it has to be done. As promised, I'll give you your lumber. What do you need it for anyway? You were serious about the ladder. I'll be damned. If that's the case, please let us help with the work. We're shipwrights with no ships to build, only shacks. While it's a living, we all itch to do something greater. This fellow you say is in charge. You reckon he'd mind the likes of us barging in on his project? He'd welcome the help. He's not really wanting to do it much himself anyways. Wonderful. I'll round up the lads and lasses and we'll head over to the ladder, along with all the lumber you need. That's great. Ah, thou art returned. Wert thou able to procure the lumber? Yeah, and somebody can't count. Well, well, to secure not only the material, but the eager cooperation of the shipwrights besides. Their expertise shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Chai's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself to be a determined soul. I doubt not but that the work shall be complete ere long, and we may continue on our way once more. Though it hath been years in the making, at long last do the people stand united in defiance of the world's fate, their hopes spurring us ever onward towards journey's end. Whatsoever may await us when thou takest those final steps, I pray that it shall be with a smile upon thy face. But prematurely do I give myself to sentimental musings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention, not the least of which is the matter of how we might reach the mountain, detached from the land as it is. For the present, 'twould appear we have the matters here well in hand. Perhaps thou shouldst take thine ease for a time. Thou wilt need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. Well, I will just rest over here, Urianger.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulemore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them. Crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. The vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this.
Excuse me, remember?
Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the XIV? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
I never doubted you for a moment.
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood, knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. Solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Em itself. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that. Especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else. That's the spirit. Come on, then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure. We ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
And here we finally are, at top rung. The others should arrive ere long. Alphino, Anne, come up here. There's something I need you to see. What could this be about? There's a village, Anne, over to the northeast. So there is. Yet after 2 decades without the latter in operation, I would not be surprised if such an isolated settlement had long since been abandoned. Nor I, but that was before I spied someone leave it and proceed to head in our direction, all the while trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mysterious person is, they should still be out there. Go on and take a look, Anne. Okay. Search our surroundings and look for the mysterious person. Like here, is that them? Yeah, that's the mysterious person. I've located the mysterious person, however, it seems he has likewise spotted you and hurriedly turns back to the village. There's someone, right? And they were spying on us. Personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing who they are. What do you say we investigate? I'm curious too, I must admit, and I dare say we have a bit of time ere the others ascend. It's settled then. Let's head to the village and see if it's indeed inhabited. You hear faint sounds from inside the building, however, the door refuses to budge. The cups are half empty, or half full, depending on how you see such things. Behind the counter, a kettle bubbles steadily over the stove. Oh. Ho ho ho. And some dried victuals. Food has been hung out to dry in the sun, and quite recently by your reckoning. Right? What news, Anne? Were you able to find anything of note? People are definitely still living here. Indeed, while there's no one to be seen, 'tis plain that this village is anything but abandoned. If the villagers are trying to conceal themselves, they are doing a rather poor job of it. But if they don't wish to be seen, what are we to do? I say, aren't you the ones who saved my life? You are Tristel, the artist from Yulemore. You remembered. Ever since we parted ways, I've worried for you, bound for the city as you were. Never did I imagine that we would meet again, and here of all places. We could say the very same thing to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, but tell me, what is this village? This is Amity, a settlement made up of those who survived being exiled from Yulemore. As I wandered the wilds, I chanced to cross paths with an inhabitant of these parts. He took me through a secret tunnel which led to the top of the bright cliff. I've been here ever since. Life is hard, but we know a semblance of peace. Well, we did, at any rate, until Mount Gould broke away from the earth. Then just as suddenly, the ladder started moving again. I want to find that secret tunnel. And you feared whoever was coming up would threaten your lives. Aye, but I see now there's no cause for concern. Will you tell me what has brought you here? Yeah, it's payback time for Vauthry. So Vauthry is a sin-eater, and he's fled to Mount Gould. 'Tis a strange tale, but I have no reason to doubt your words. I owe you my life. If there is anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. Your help would be most welcome, Tristel. To begin with, we request your people's permission to reconnoiter the area. If we are to confront Vauthry, we must find a way to reach Mount Gould. Of course, you hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, we haven't much to offer in the way of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please use it as you see fit in your quest. Thank you, Tristel. I'm glad they explained how he got up there and we needed to get that ladder going. And what are we getting? Another weapon. All right. Yet another hapless soul that Alphino saved from mortal danger, I see. Some things never change. At any rate, it seems that Brother has a mind to linger. Meanwhile, I have a mind for us to explore. Anne and I are going to scout out the area. We'll be back in a while. Oh? Very well then, just take care out there. The path diverges. Let's split up so we can cover more ground. I'll go east if you would be so kind as to head west. We can aim to meet at the foot of the mountain, taking note of what we see along the way. In a short while then. There's another big boy.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few sin eaters out there. You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vauthry, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many sin eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more I look, the less likely it seems. Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
There you are. Master Alphino was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Urianger. And you too, XIV. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Rung too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
Well, it seems flying is off the table.
Yeah, no doubt.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course. Master Alphino waiteth for us at Top Rung. Thither should we make our way.
We are certainly close to that other aetheryte. I'll just go ahead and tag that. Those two. All right. Here's one kind of all by himself there. Oh, there's a little murderer getting down there, it looks like. Yeah. I didn't expect to see the Chais here, though I suppose it's well within their rights. At any rate, it's time to tackle our next little obstacle, finding a way to reach Mount Gulg. For this, we'll need to put all our heads together. I had some new stuff that I had never put on. Okay. It's on now. And we'll get another body piece.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Vauthry's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters. Yulmore's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Sid, we are in no position to attempt a refit.
Oh, it's so frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to earth!
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work. We've ridden the ladder and seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it. Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain. In the form of a Talos. A Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
To build such a golem would be an onerous undertaking indeed. Yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Boulder Dash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. A solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. Wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands? And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Well, let's see. First, we'd need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found near the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we'd need all the help we can get.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armoring. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Kholusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk. I dare say their skills will avail us.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a Talos of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Many among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Maud, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Bally-Norvrand. Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
It's what we do. The artist Alphino and his assistants.
Oh, dearest, have you forgotten already? Alphino told us that when we first met.
Actually, that may not have been... never mind.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
Or what's left of it anyways.
I take it we will be assisting Master Chai, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
Have the design ready, she says. In good time, she says. Does she even understand what's involved? Before I can even attempt to design anything, I need intimate knowledge of the land, the knowledge of locals. Last I heard, no one lives here. What? A village of Yulmore and exiles? But those people have every reason to loathe a free citizen like me. They couldn't possibly be willing to cooperate. This will never work. Never! I never should have fixed that ruddy lift. Never should have ridden it up here. Never should have... never should... Poor guy. Oh dear. Darling appears to have lost the plot. But he has it in him, man. He's the cleverest man I know. He just wants for confidence sometimes. If you were to give him some words of encouragement, I'm sure he can give you your Talos. A bit of advice I learned from his mother. He responds poorly to obvious praise. You'll need to find another way to stoke the fires of his motivation, awaken his sense of daring. Choose words that will best encourage Chai Nuzz. In order to succeed, you must lift his spirits sufficiently during the conversation. Okay. Chai Nuzz is plagued with self-doubt. I can't do it. No one can. Talos of that size, no one's even dreamed of it. Let's see. Alphino once struggled to collect firewood. He did, but he's such a capable lad, brimming with confidence. I suppose even the most capable among us have struggles to overcome. He still harbors some misgivings. But regardless of my own feelings, I can't do a damn thing without help from those villagers, and they're not bally likely to give it. Tristel's among them, you said so yourself. Lest you've forgotten, we essentially sent him to his death. Even if the others don't bear a personal grudge, he would never forgive us. Things won't improve by themselves. You have to take the first step. I know. Unless we take the first step, there can never be reconciliation. This is a chance for everyone to come together. Even if they hurled stones at me, perhaps it's worth trying to apologize. Still some misgivings. But what then? In the end, it's not even a question of forgiveness. Building such an enormous Talos is impossible, and no amount of contrition will change that. And even if by some miracle the people of Amity were willing to let bygones be bygones, they'd think that the plan is absurd. I think it's absurd. Well, it's less absurd than the change that's come to Yulmore. Well, I can't argue with that logic. Enormous as the task is, it's simply a matter of finding a solution to a practical problem. From that perspective, it's not entirely unrealistic. He's feeling somewhat optimistic now. But realistic or no, there's no guarantee of success. There are risks to consider should the venture fail. Imagine for a moment that we fail to reach Vauthry and only succeed in provoking him. In his fury, he may well unleash his horde of eaters, and we'll meet a horrible end. We could build Talos for battle. I've thought of that, I assure you, but I'm afraid Talos cannot contend with Sin Eaters. If they could, I would never have come to Yulmore. Nonetheless, I appreciate your earnest attempt to find a solution. He's feeling somewhat optimistic. It makes me wonder, what is it that drives you? Tell me, why did you throw yourself into the midst of such a grueling struggle? To protect those I love. Indeed. What else could compel us to face such dangers? I too have someone I wish to protect, with whom I want to live out my days in peace. He's burning with motivation. Yay. Yes, yes! By the gods, I can do this! I just need to have a little faith in myself. Right. Let's head to Amity and speak with the villagers. With Tristel. My love, things are liable to become more dangerous. I want you to wait for me back in Yulmore. No. Wherever you go, I'm going too. Besides, you're not the only one who has to apologize. But there's no telling what may happen out there. I don't know if I can keep you safe. Perhaps this is a bad idea after all. I don't think I have what it takes. Master Chai, that you are beset with doubt is proof that you can envision the task ahead. And that which man can envision, he can make reality. Thus did some old friends of mine once say. Even should it be a feat fit for the divine, if something has been done before, then it most assuredly can be done again by our own hands. That's a little idealistic, don't you think? Ha 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 ha. Perhaps, Master Chai, perhaps. But what is man if not an idealistic creature? 'Tis not an easy thing to achieve one's dreams. My friends can attest to that. Countless times did they meet with frustration in the course of their endeavors. None would have found fault with them had they given up, yet they never did. One step after the next, they forged on towards their goals. And for their determination, they accomplished numerous feats that many believed lay beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, you are a man of science. Amidst your doubts, surely there is a spark of desire, the desire to make the impossible possible. Come, darling. Like the old days, I would be the first to see your Talos. And you shall be, my dear. I would have none other at my side when my greatest masterpiece awakens. Right then, to Amity. I am glad my words struck a chord. Shall we? Southeast. Oh, yeah. Hey, Tristal. You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to what I have to say. I am tasked with delivering these people to Mount Gulg by means of a Talos of heretofore unseen proportions. However, I cannot do this without the cooperation of those with intimate knowledge of this land, that is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation? After you ignored my desperate pleas and cast me out, you have the gall to come here and ask for my cooperation? You've every right to be upset. Vauthry's not the one to blame for your suffering. We are. We were free citizens without a care in the world, indifferent to the hardship of others. We didn't know what would become of you, and frankly, we didn't care. But we now know that what we did to you, to fool many, was wrong. Terribly wrong. No words will suffice to make amends, but I want you to know that we are deeply sorry. I'm not sure how I feel. Should I forgive you? Hate you? Perhaps it's not even my place to judge. After all, I sought a place in your city. I wanted to be you once. But one thing is clear to me. All of that is in the past, and we mustn't let past wrongs stand in the way of a brighter future. And so, I will cooperate with you. Please, see our friends to Mount Gulg. You have my word. I'll set to work on the design at once. Wouldn't do to have nothing to show the others when they return with help. Make no mistake, this venture is unprecedented in the history of Talos building. Nay, the history of all mankind. But rest assured, this genius of Daedalus Stoneworks will deliver. Alrighty. Well, let's try our new body piece here when we get a chance. Ah, wicked white. Is there a problem? Well, you see, I've been promised people to procure the stone as well as imbue magic. When I was put on the spot earlier, I thought that was all we required. But I forgot about one rather important item needed to bring a Talos to life. Yep, the heart. The heart? That's right, the heart. I'm pleased to see you have some familiarity with Talos. So, while I work on the design, I'd be much obliged if you could see to procuring the ore with which to fashion a heart. A heart suitable of bringing to life a Talos that shall embrace the very firmament. And some leg gear next. If you seek material for the Talos' heart, I know people who may be able to assist. They are the Thalls, a dwarven family that have long mined this land. No one knows its bounty as well as they. If you explain your situation, I'm sure they would be willing to cooperate. Indeed, 'twas one of them that showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. You will find the Thalls at their village to the northwest, a place called Tomra. When you arrive, seek an audience with Chief Zamet. And do not forget to greet him with a hearty Lali-Ho. Permit me to join you, Anne. I would keep my joints limber, and mayhap I can provide some manner of assistance. I'll leave the heart to the two of you then. The variety of ore doesn't matter so long as it's rich with ether. I'll aim to have my design complete by your return. Go grab this ether current while we're thinking about it. There it is up top. So, this is Tomra. Seldom do we see the dwarven folk at the Crystarium, to now be in the presence of so many. I shall enjoy not having to crane my neck for a change. Lali-Ho! What did you just call me? It's a greeting, lass. A Lali-Ho for a Lali-Ho. That's the way it works. Come, let's try it again. Lali-Ho! Lali-Ho! Come on, you can do it. There you go. Not bad, not bad, but there's room for improvement. Any road, now that we've observed common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? At the recommendation of the denizens of Amity, we have come to seek the aid of the Thal family. May we speak with Chief Zamet? Why, yes you may. I am Zamet, and I bid you welcome to Tomra. If it's the folk of Amity what sent you here, you must have quite a tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. Well, well, and there I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with that floating volcano and all them sin eaters neither. If you're serious about restoring peace to these parts, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, the kind of ore you seek's precious to us, too. If I let you have it only for you to bungle things up and squander it, like, no amount of ale will wash away my chagrin. First, I need to make sure you're worthy. By means of a trial. Aye, a trial most tricksy passed down through the line of Thal. And what is this trial? Come with me and I'll tell you all. Of course there's a trial involved. Listen well. As you know, we're a mining folk, and in the mining life, danger's a constant companion. So, when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take to the mines. This we do by undertaking a trial what tests the three traits all good miners can't do without: discernment, diligence, and dexterity. We call it 3D Mine Runner. Now, look on my helm. Mark its features well. You'll be given a slingshot which you must use to shoot dwarves, as wear helms what are different. I've already made the necessary arrangements. When you're ready to take the trial, report to the observer nearby. Best of luck to you. Okay. Lali-Ho! You must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I'll show you to the rooftop at once. As I'm sure you've been told, in 3D Mine Runner, you use a slingshot to shoot them as wear the wrong helm. Let's begin with a spot of practice, eh? Search for the dwarf wearing the wrong helm. And shoot it, I guess. Nice shooting. Keep it up in the actual trial, eh? Sure. Aye, that's the way. Next time it's the trial for true. Let me know when you're ready, eh? Ready for the trial? Right this way, then. This time, there'll be them as wear the right helm. You shoot them, you fail. So look carefully before you let the stone fly. Again, search for the wrong type of helm and then shoot it. Whoops, I didn't get him. Well, I think I got him. There we go. A fine show of discernment and dexterity. All right, well, great. Well done, well done. The trial never lies. You've got what it takes to be a miner. That's all you got to do, huh? All right. Run along back to the chief now and get on with putting an end to all this strangeness of late. That was some impressive shooting, lass. Consider me satisfied. Aye, 'tis plain you didn't come this far with luck alone, so I'll place my faith in you and help you find the ore you seek. Thank you, buddy. And we've got some ether current quests now. Good, good, good. Or at least one. Anyway, we'll see what they are. Got our gaskins. Put those on, and we're at 399 item level now. All right, let's get this one underway. Did you know that Kholusia is rich in sulfur? Well, it is. We've been mining the stuff since ancient times. And every so often, the self-same veins yield what's called earthseed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was, we used to refine earthseed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, though, provided you know where to look. And no place is sure in the Durgar's tool. Problem is, the site's occupied by our age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy sods claim the place is theirs and refuse to let any other bugger near. Oh, there never was a more odious lot than them Gogs. I could go on forever about those hornless horsons, but then we'd be here forever, and that won't get us nowhere. What it boils down to is this. If you want the Earthseed, you've got to deal with the Gogs. Reckon you're up to the challenge? Of course we are. We have dealt with far worse. I am sure we can find a way to obtain what we need. That's the spirit. Now, to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with them. You, Korit. I couldn't help overhearing. I knew the Eaters had flocked to Mount Gould, but I didn't know why. To think the last Light Warden's hiding up there. The fate of Kholusia, no, the world, hangs in the balance. If I can be of some help, then I want to do my part. Your zeal is commendable, lad, but it isn't so simple. This here's Korit. Young as he is, he's one of the village's finest miners. The lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aim with a pickaxe is as true as any dwarf's. But put him in the thick of battle, and he couldn't hit the side of a minecart if he was sitting in it. If all he needed to do was dig, he'd be your dwarf, but he's liable to become a sin eater's breakfast before he can even manage a swing. It's true, I'm hopeless in a fight, but I still want to try. Please, please let me go with you. I take care of you, you take care of the ore. Oh, thank you so much. I'll try my best not to be a burden. If you want to take Korit, far be it from me to stop you. Keep him safe though, will you? We will most assuredly encounter sin eaters along the way. Though, with you in our company, they will be more a spectacle than a concern. Alright, before we do that, we'll do some of these other quests. Let's see. Go ahead and change my glamour back to something I like to look at here. Alright, let's go check these out. Gossipy dwarf. That's not one. Okay. Has to unlock something else over there, which we could do later if we feel like it. Lali-Ho, can I interest you in some dwarven crafts? Other Kholusian fineries? It'll only cost you a few bicolor gemstones. Alright, now we've unlocked that. Well, scuff my helm, if it ain't that traveler we've been hearing about. And the elders had more'n a few things to say. I'd best be giving you a proper welcome then, eh? Lali-Ho! Lali-Ho! Now that's what I like to see, a Lali-Ho straight from the heart. I only wish my own boy would put a bit more effort into his lallies and his hoes. He's always busy fiddling with his damn automata. No time for swapping words with folk of flesh and blood. Every dwarf knows that a Lali-Ho gets a Lali-Ho, or you're asking to become an outcast. A mother does worry, she does. And that's only the half of it. I know it's just a stage all lads go through, but the little bugger has to argue with every word I say. Oh, I've just had the most clever idea. He'll not listen to me or the other villagers, but maybe, just maybe, curiosity for a stranger will win out over that sour attitude of his. Worth a try, don't you think? Please, befriend my son, Ronnet. Just get him used to giving a proper greeting, that's all I ask. And I tell you, he really is a marvel with automata. If you end up getting along, he might even show you a few of his stranger contraptions. And I'm just going to walk away now. All right. Hey, Bayot. Ronnet! Look, we've got a visitor. Why don't you say hello? Who are you, then? What? You got something to say to me? Lali-Ho! Oh, you know our greeting, huh? Lali... Oh, Ronnet, my lad, you can do better than that. Head up, eyes front. No need to be shy. I'm not being shy. I'm stoic. Yes, dear, if you say so. Now, Ronnet, is everything else all right? You seem to be looking for something. Oh, no, it's just... I mean, I sorta lost my hammer. You what? Of all the irresponsible, careless, foolish... Ronnet's hammer has been in the family for generations. It's a priceless heirloom that once belonged to Watts, the blacksmith of legend himself. Oh, good old Watts. He shows up a lot, doesn't he? Well, what are you standing around for, boy? Find that hammer. We will do what we can to help. Right. Why don't you have a chat with some villagers for me and ask if they've seen Ronet's hammer? Just remember your dwarven manners and all will be well. You want words with me, then? Give a dwarven greeting, of course. Oh, that's a fine Lali-Ho you've got there, lass. I like you. Ronet. That sulky sprout's lost old Watt's hammer, has he? Well, lucky for him, I believe Jan Gentle Dwarf picked it up. It's time I was getting back to work, then. Good day to you, stranger. You're talking to me? Give a dwarven greeting. What's this? A perfect Lali-Ho. You're no ordinary traveler, I see. The hammer I picked up. I reckoned I would hand it over to the elder for safekeeping. You're saying it belongs to young Ronet? Well, he can be a touch shouty, that boy. Do you think you could take it back to him for me? That's my part done, then. Okay. Huh? Why are you still here? Wait, this is my hammer! Well. Would you look at that? You see, Ronet, give the right and proper greeting and folk will be glad to share a bit of kindness. Could be that you've a thing or two to learn from Anne here. Huh? Are you lecturing me again? Well, maybe. Maybe you're not such a bad sort. I'll just put the hammer in a safe place somewhere. I mean to be a famous smithy myself someday, so I'd best not lose it again. I'll leave you to it then. I know my boy's not the easiest to get along with, Anne, but he could sure use a friend like you. I don't need a friend. I don't need anyone. We're not going to be friends, understand? But you can stay around a little longer, if you want. So, now what? That is not another Ether Current quest. So there's 3 in the zone, but none of them are Ether Current quests. Alright, time to get this one knocked out here. How are we doing on the Ether Currents here in Kholusia? One more quest related, and then one more on the land. Okay. Alright, Court, let's go. The Durgar's tool lies in a cave to the east. I'm ready when you are. I'm ready too, then. We'll keep to the road and head east. I'm in your hands. Okay. Seems we have a fair distance to cover. Be on your guard for sin eaters. Right. Alright, come on. There you go. Nice one, XR. Amazing, you two are really strong. It may interest you to know that Anne is a great hero in the land whence she hails. Some would say the greatest. Really? Oh, you must have some stories to tell, Anne. That she does, tales to impress and inspire you in turn. By all means, have her regale you with a few once our work is done. Back here. I can't target that one. Really, I can't stun him? Oh, that's too bad. Oh, there it is. Now it's targetable. Stuff popping up on my screen here. Alright. I don't know much about fighting, but you two make a great team. Anne is a team unto herself. I merely follow her lead. Here we go. Is that so? I should take that as a compliment. Did I say the wrong thing? Not at all. Your words are most heartening. Indeed, I feel like a young man again. You talk as if you're old. How long have you two known each other anyway? Well... Hurry, this way. Alright. How much farther to the cave? Not far. It's just past this rise. Again! It appears we are surrounded. is done. Let us press on. Right. Wah! Just as we're about to get there. One last push then. Shall we, Anne? We shall. Come on up here, then. Maybe turn this way. Down for the count. My tale will not end here. Yeah. We just dancing all around here. We're alive! We're alive! Let's hurry inside before any more Sin Eaters come. Duergar's Tool. Right, follow me please. I will take you to the Duergar's Tool, where the purest sulfur in the land may be found. Run past some Gould knockers. That sounds kind of rude. I guess so. Let's go grab that ether current. That should be the last outdoor one that we need. No more around. If the terrain and stench are any indication, we are at the tool. Ah, there. The Gogs, with their ugly, unkempt beards. If they realize we're here, they'll come after us. Best to take them down first. But be not so hasty, Korit. The animosity between your two clans notwithstanding, I would not resort to violence unless necessary. I will use an enchantment to render you invisible. It will not fool Sin Eaters, but it will suffice to hide you from the eyes of men. While you are thus concealed, do you think you could find us the Earthseed? Aye, I'll dig up the choicest stuff there is. We would be much obliged. Without further ado, then. Ha! I can see straight through me! Right, a diggin' we will go. Let us not be idle either. Though Korit cannot be seen, he may still be heard. I would aid him by removing some few Gogs from the field. To that end, Dream Powder, As you may recall, we used it for the rescue mission at Laxon Loft. We used it in Yulemore too. Truly, it seems our alchemists got a little carried away with the latest batch. But if it has been useful in our endeavors, then I have no cause to complain. Now then, I shall make you invisible as well, that you might steal close to the dwarves and give them a dose of dream powder. Even should it fail to put them to sleep outright, it should render them drowsy enough to seek their beds. Say the word and I will cast the enchantment. The word. Ready to begin? Very good. Should the enchantment fade before you finish tending to all the dwarves, return to me and I will cast it anew. Green powder. Can barely keep my eyes open. Time to call it a day. So drowsy. Not safe to work when drowsy. Better get some rest. All work and no ale makes something a something. And I'm spent. Yeah, I could turn that off and ride my chocobo up there. All the dwarves have taken their leave. Good work, my friend. We have done all that we can. Let us await Koret's return. I'm back. This is the purest stuff there is. Think it's enough, or shall I go and dig up some more? I dare say it will suffice for our purposes. You have our gratitude, Koret. Let us carry this back to... Uh-oh. Are you all right? Worry not. I shall be fine. Long as I have been away from the Crystarium, a little weakness is to be expected. I may have also overexerted myself in the moment. To have this rare opportunity yet be unable to enjoy it to the full. Who goes there? That's Glag, Chief of the Gogs. You're one of the Thalls. I see. Word was our miners weren't coming back drowsy one after the next. We're coming back drowsy one after the next. I immediately suspected foul play. And what should I find here but Thal scum skulking about? It's a spineless act befitting your limp beards. What? I won't stand for that insult. Our beards are soft and luscious and smell like freshly tapped ale. Gog beards are dry and crusty and smell like a knocker's arse. Impudent whelp. Better a hobgoblin's nose hairs than the feeble, flopping things you Thals have hanging from your faces. like oil and water. This is not like to end of its own accord. And do you perchance have some dream powder left? But this was beginning to get interesting. Worry not, my friend. Something tells me you'll have ample opportunity later to witness their bickering. For now, however, we should be on our way. What the swivin'? Forgive me, Korit, but we need you to be calm as well. I'm sorry. It's just, when it comes to the Gogs, I can't help but see red. You needn't apologize, my friend. You are here on our account, and we have naught but gratitude for you. Now that we have what we came for, however, it is time to take our leave. The Talos awaits its heart. Well, my friend, much as I have enjoyed our time together, I think it best we split up that we might accomplish our tasks more swiftly. I shall see the Earthseed safely into the hands of Chai Nuzz. While I am thus employed, would you be so good as to deliver Korit back to Tomra? My thanks, Anne. Brief though it was, 'twas an honor to go adventuring with you. I shall see you back in Amity. Lali-Ho! Glad you're back and in one piece. How did you fare with the Earthseed then? I got them all they needed. The Exarch's on his way to Amity with it now. Good to hear that young Korit was of help. As it happens, a few others came forward while you were gone saying they wanted to do their bit as well. Given that you're building a Talos, we reckoned you'd be needing some mining tools, so we went and modified our spare pickaxes for use by bigger folk. Here, take these with you. Should be plenty to go around. From what our scouts tell me, there's a crowd gathering at Top Rung already. Go and see that everyone has a pickaxe to swing, eh? And I think we will just leave it here for today. That will be the end of our stream for today. We'll pick up here tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. See if we can clear this zone and get on to more stuff here in Shadowbringers. Well, anyways, I want to thank you and hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. And please join us tomorrow for more Shadowbringers and maybe some music again at the beginning of the stream as well. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.